Yeah, this bike, what was the name of that that place in Chicago over
Bravetown.
Bravetown?
Yep.
Yeah, well anyways, the story on this, a guy named Keith came down to the mama tried, and the guy offered it to Carlos, and it was in pieces. It was the frame, wheels, half a motor, heads. It had to be assembled and put together, everything. So we made a deal, and I brought it back, and I started fishing all the parts, tried to stick with all the original stuff, you know. It took about a year to put together, a year and a half. I brought it back to the specs, you know, according to the books, the wiring, the diagrams, the right clamps, the right things that you could do. I mean, by no means am I a purist, but I try to get it back as close as possible. There's probably some things that are not to the specs the way they came out of the factory, because every bike is different. However, you know, the clamps and the wiring, I try to do the best I could to get it to that. Cass over there, Deluxe Restorations, he was a huge help. And his knowledge and his, I mean, that's the only place that you can walk in and you got a shopping mall of parts everywhere. So then these windshields and stuff, you know, you come across them. This windshield is an awesome piece right there that we found. We got a deal on that. He found that on Instagram. And I said, I got to have that. A lot of the stuff on here, like that seat, I always liked the black and the khaki. Looks classy. Heather's Leathers had that seat laying around, nobody wanted it, so I made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and I put that on there. You know, and the leather bags, I went to Davenport one time, and I was looking for, you know, the 5-hole mounting bracket on there, and lucky me, the first place that I went to, there's fucking Harley saddlebags, just the way you see them, $400 he wanted. I said, here you go, you know. A lot of the pieces here, what was the tedious thing is getting that goddamn exhaust on by doing one-man show operation. Yeah, that Speedo is it's an NOS OEM Speedo with 0 miles on it. And that came on that chopper that we dismantled to put this bobber back together. I looked at the Speedo, it was froze. It was froze, so I took it to this guy on 52nd and Villard here in Milwaukee. He goes, this has never been opened. This has got a little patina from shelf life. This is an OEM Speedo. And he loosened, it took him 2 weeks to loosen it up, and it works. So it's a 1-year Speedo. I was gonna sell it, and I says, well, because I got another one, I said, you know what, I'll put it on here, and I won't hook it up. I don't want to put any miles on it, you know. But I had to have this shift knob. I saw this with the Harley Davidson emblem on there, gold to match my seat. I try to stick to a little color coordinating, you know, and you know, the windshield jumps out with the emblem, the khaki colored seat and the shifter, and some of these too. This guy, they're all glass. And I had pretty much all the engine parts. It was, I'm not a machinist by any means, so what I did is I took it to Rosholt Motorcycle Club up there in Rosholt. They put the motor together for me. They machined it out and everything, and I from there I took off and slapped it in and made it fit. And you know, like I said, it took about a year. They did a year and a half to do. You know, there was a lot of trial and error stuff with this, like any other bike, but once I got it dialed in and broken in, it's been great. You know, it's really, I got a lot of heart and soul in it. This is one of those, and I wouldn't sell it, but it's worth some good money, but it's the memories building it. I mean, I remember my grandson and my son Carlos helping me with it, but I don't think I'd sell it. It's just gonna be passed on. But I do have some things for sale though.